You know what's funny, Stuart? And I'll have to say this a few times since people don't necessarily watch at the start. I saw Ethan Peck a month ago,
Mm-hmm.
and people asked him, "Oh, would you just consider coming back as Spock?" And I'm like, "Of course he would if he gets a paycheck. Not in a bad way, just actors want to act and get money." But he filmed this thing a while ago, so he knew he was lying the entire time with his little
That's what
cheeky.
they do.
Yeah, they're actors with his cheeky little smirk on stage. It's like, well, not only do I want to be back as Spock, I've already filmed 3 shorts. No, I mean, I would come back if I was asked, but you know.
But since they're in the past, they're already filmed. When they ask, would you like to play Spock again? He's technically telling the truth.
That's funny. No, that's funny. They can rationalize their lies.
Liars!
But I mean, this is what we said. This is what I said especially. Don't give them a show. It won't go well because it'll just be a TOS remake. But with breaking canon again, because that's all they can do. Give them the shorts. That's where you can tell fun little cheap stories. And why wouldn't you? I mean, you can do a short. I mean, you know, because you make shorts as long as you want. Make them 25 minutes. It's still a short. You know, have it just be on location in a quarry with Spock and Pike, the walk and talk adventure on a desert. I mean, infinite possibilities that aren't reliant on the show format, and they can get massive fan cred, giving them what they want. I mean, you can tell they've done that by 3 of the shorts are Pike, Spock, and Thingy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's obviously a pander, but that's a pander to an actual want by fans as opposed to not.
So, guys, in case you didn't know, we're talking about Star Trek shorts today. We got the trailer from San Diego Comic-Con, and as he just said, 3 of them are going to be focusing on Pike and company, or Pike and crew. And then there's at least 1 Picard prequel one leading up to Picard, and then 2, I guess, animated ones. Yes. Is the buzz I'm hearing.
Yes.
So, very interesting. There's no animated clips in this trailer, however, nor Picard, by the looks of it.
No, but they take a while to make. I'm assuming there'll be like shorts 4, 5, and then Picard's the 6th because they take the longest to make. And Robert Hayes says no breakdown of Orville Comic Con. Did they even have a panel at Comic Con? I mean, all I know is they swapped.
Orville.
Did they have a panel?
Comic, he said. He said comic. I don't know if he's talking about something specific. I haven't heard. I've heard there is a comic of some sort, but the only news I got from Orville was that they're going to Hulu. They're moving from Fox to Hulu. Yep. But that's it. There you go. Reported.
Which I'm totally fine with.
Yes. But welcome everyone to the chat. 86 of you here. It's important right away off the hop, guys. Hit like. 86 of you that are here already, hit like, so that way when I ask later, you're like, I already did that. I already feel important. And make sure you're subscribed as well to Trekyards, because we're going to have lots of cool content coming out with us going to Vegas, and who knows what's going to be released there. We're going to get a lot of footage for you there that's going to be released after the fact, so it's worth subscribing and it's worth hitting notifications. So.
And we did a predictions of the trailer video, which was released, and 4,500 of you watched. It'd be fun to kind of say what we think might come out of Vegas reaction, or you know, because I have a few ideas based on. I mean, we were, you know, I wouldn't even say half right on the stuff that was released at Vegas at Comic Con. I think they went more full out than we were expecting, although to everyone's benefit, I think, because they needed some wins. You know, there's a fly in my room, Stuart.
Yeah.
That's an annoying fly.
We here we call those, well, in this household we call them sky raisins because the pug likes to eat them. And then there's the wasps. The wasps are jalapeno sky raisins because they bite back.
See, I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna insult your youngest child and say that we call them Christians because they're annoying and they buzz around and I want to smack them all the time.
That's mean.
You are mean.
That's mean.
I mean, it's in character, Stuart. No, he's lovely. Hi.
Wow, that was convincing. All right. Well, we got a super chat already, so we're gonna
go for it. I can share if you wanna. Yeah. Why don't you read out super chat? I'll respond to it as well, and then I'll share.
Yes. Carl Babarski puts in £4.99. So excited about everything Trek right now, particularly Picard and the return of Pike, Spock, and Number One. But why can't they get Spock's hair right? Because that's, I don't know if that's probably a wig for him. Do you think? It's just Nimoy's was cut, just looked better.
I mean, the beard was his. I think I assume during filming that was his real hair, but I think the bowl cut might be a wig just for ease, because then they can keep it looking the same. That would make more sense production-wise. I think his hair's fine, since this is Ensign Spock. We've never seen Ensign Spock before, so it's just his younger self hair. I think it's totally valid, personally.
Yeah.
Oh, another one.
More super chats are coming in. Are you gonna share while I talk about the importance of?
Okay, if you're not gonna read them first, but okay, I'll. Because I have to go off headphones. So okay, you talk to the fans, and I'll be with you.
I'll read the super chats when you get back.
Yes. Okay.
Now I can talk shit about him because he can't hear me. So, guys, yes, we're going to be in Vegas, and yes, there's going to be a lot of great content. So, and one of the great ways to help out the channel, of course, and be part of the community is to super chat, because you get your voice heard, your question answered, your comment read, and it comes up in a separate window for us. It's easier for us to keep track of because the chat flies by when people are really interested in our topic. Hopefully we get a good crowd tonight. We have 120 right now. We had over 300 for the one last night. And yeah, it's important, guys. Make sure these are important things to do when you're here. Click like, click the subscribe button if you haven't already. If it's red, that means you haven't hit it. Click it. And then also make sure you click the bell notification icon beside it to get notified when we upload, because we do lots of great content every week. And like I said, there's a lot going to be coming out of Star Trek Vegas, I'm sure. So we're going to have lots to report either live from Vegas or after the fact when we get back to our respective spaces and do that kind of thing. So make sure you've done all that. Click like, subscribe, and all that. And as I said, super chats are also important because they help the channel continue to go. We're like Packlids. You need to help us go. Because that all goes towards trips and things like that we can get additional content for you guys. You got to remember, guys, that these trips are important because we are friends with Doug Drexler, Rick Sternbach, Johnny Eves, all these guys. And the best way for us to get content from them is to, meet up with them, see them on a regular basis, and make sure that they know we still exist, which they do because we do talk to them on a regular basis. They are friends of ours, and yeah. So, but seeing them at conventions, meeting more people behind the scenes. We've got quite a few actors and designers and stuff that we've talked to over the years because we've been doing this for almost 5 years now. It'll be 5 years in October. Looks like Samuel's having some issues. But so it's been 5 years in October. We want to get more people on board. And we're going to be meeting a lot of people at Vegas, a lot of people we've talked to online many times and just haven't met in person. It's going to be great to meet the greater Trek community as a whole in person there. So Dale Stafford puts in $2. Thanks so much for these analysis videos. Totally rad. You are correct, sir. That is absolutely right.
Hello.
Hi. So super chat time.
Yes.
Dale Stafford puts in $2.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for these analysis videos. Totally rad. They're very rad. They're very sleek. We try to make them, Trekyards-ish. And Stephen W. Fathery puts in $2.
Hey.
Will there be a Trekyards meetup in Vegas? We're not sure. We did a poll, and not many people were actually attending Vegas. We have the ability to maybe get a room for a meetup, but we're not sure if we're going to be doing that yet. We want to see how many people we can meet. If we meet a lot of people on the floor and they're down for a meetup, I'm sure we'll have meetups every night kind of thing. Like, hey, meet us at the bar or the restaurant or whatever. Yeah. If you want to hang out, because a lot of people on the floor, you're going to be going places, wanting to see things, and you just stop, say hi kind of thing. So I'm sure we will have some meetups, but stay tuned to either the lives we'll be doing from Vegas or the Facebook page to get notified of any lives or meet and greets that we're going to be doing there. But yes, we would like to definitely hang out with you guys.
I mean, we the theory is that we'll see a ton of people walking around. I mean, it's a multiple-day convention. People will bump into us as they go, and we'd love you all to come and meet up with us, but having a time, having a place, that's kind of tricky, and getting the word out to everyone. I tried that at FedCon, and even though I told a few people, doesn't mean they can actually make it at that time. And like I said, the Facebook page is only a subset of who we have. I'm sure we could do a sort of short YouTube video, which is more of our people saying, Vegas meet up here and now. That'll probably work quite well. But we definitely want to meet fans. That's kind of half of why we're going, honestly. It's just about finding a good format. If we recognise every 5 minutes, which is totally possible, then we should be easy to plan something. But yeah, definitely we're there to meet fans, and as we said before, at the very least, come say hi if you'd like to. Yeah. That is why we're there to meet you guys and say hi.
Yes. Like I was telling them while you were gone, these trips are important because we also get to meet all our old friends, Rick and John and Doug and all those guys, and then meet new people that we can bring on for behind the scenes stuff, or bring in the actors and maybe have more content for Trekyards, because we pride ourselves on the guest stars we've had on the show. It's going to be 5 years now in October, so we want to meet more people and get more content, and that's the best way to do it, is to get out there. So all the contributions, PayPal, super chats, all that is super important, because it all helps to get us to these shows, makes us do these trips, gives us the tech we need to talk to these people on a regular basis.
Although Robert Hayes, in my case, I had Samuel behind me and a queue to get Sue's pick once, and I said nothing. Oh, Robert, what an idiot. Sula was wearing a yellow shirt and he was in good spirits. You idiot, man.
Yeah, definitely say hi to us. Don't think that you're inconveniencing us or whatever. Just say hi, because we want to meet you guys.
That event, which was 2 events ago, very few people said hi, but last year I was stopped every 2 or 3 minutes. It was refreshing, because I don't normally have that, obviously. Guys, so Stuart, hi. We're talking about the Short Treks trailer.
We are.
Although, for clarity's sake, they've obviously shot their Discovery set, redress, shorts, and nothing else was shown. So nothing from Picard, nothing from the non-Discovery. So it's only really trailering 3, which is still 3's half, but we have information on the other 3. So you've seen the trailer, and hopefully you guys have seen the trailer too. What is your general thoughts of this trailer and what we're getting?
I'm excited for the variety. Three Pikes is great. It's a great way to include Pike without doing a whole new show, like you said, would be a retread of TOS, which I'm sure a lot of people would be fine with. But
if it was Into Mirror, not if it was Discovery reboot track. It's like more chance to hurt.
So that's exciting. Lead up to Picard is nice. Get a little taste of Picard before it actually comes out, and then the animated ones, which from what I've seen of the animated, we'll be doing a live on that probably tomorrow. But so I don't want to say too much about it right now, but it'll be cool to see what that has to offer, and whether it's just lower decks, and maybe in Vegas they're going to announce the new Nickelodeon one that was more for kids.
I think that's still too early in production, I'll be honest. I mean, even lower decks is clearly very, very early. Yeah,
I think so too, but
maybe the logo, the name, because that's easy as hell. Although we did get 2 pieces, because there's nothing to say about the animated really, so I'll say that in the panel, the very short panel, they said that the 2 shorts have directors, obviously. One is the guy that came and did Calypso, and then ended up being brought back on like 5 Discovery Season 2 episodes, and then was chosen to direct the first 3 Picard. So he's like their new golden child. He's done all that. I think he also wrote Calypso. No, that was the other one. And the other director is actually the guy that did the music for Star Trek 09 Into Darkness and Beyond. So, smidge random, but obviously Bad Robot is connected to these shows throughout Kurtzman and his production company. So it's all that web of people, so it makes sense that he would know him. So there you go. That's the 2 animateds. But they're very, very different to Short Trek. I mean, ironically, even doing 3D animation is a little bit easier sometimes than doing 2D. So I can see one being kind of stylized, hyper real looking one, and because a short can be 7 minutes. A short can be whatever you want. It's easier to film live action than it is. This elevator one, it was easy as hell to film. Cool, but animated they can make it 5 minutes, whereas the elevator might be 15, or 20.
Yeah. But they might not know about the elevator thing, so we're going to move into this trailer and kind of talk about what we see. There are 6 titles at the end of it, so we can glean a lot from the titles themselves as well.
Yep.
And we'll talk about that when we get there. But yeah, if you guys want to put your 2 cents in,
literally,
ask a question, whatever, be free to super chat.
Yes.
Ryan K says Trekyards saw some stuff on the Lower Decks show. Agreed, not a fan of that animation style. Yeah, I kind of talked about it a little bit in my first live reaction to Picard. But
Cartoon Man
we'll
says,
about that tomorrow.
Will he be reviewing the new Orville Early Access Tour thing on Steam? Possibly. I know the team well. Possibly. I mean, it's free, so it's not hard to review. I was tempted to try and get an early copy, but I just let them do their own thing. They've got their own way of doing it.
Yeah.
I'll let them do their own thing. But maybe. I mean, I certainly want to use it for like green screen stuff. Put us on the Orville would be kind of fun at one point. But it's like a whole. I think we're kind of focused on Trek right now, as you can imagine with Comic-Con and Vegas. But after that, who knows? So Stuart, the first still is a sort of transporter room. Maybe it's clear redress the transporter room set with new walls, but the top is the same, and that's a hard thing to move away. So it's a redress of the transporter room set, okay, and then Spock's face, a glowy thing, one eye, and then a different eye. / same eye but a very different shot, implying tight. Like maybe start with Spock in the present, go to the past, and that's the transition shot. Maybe he's getting like a last time on, and then we cut to the actual bit of narrative. Which you could talk about, Stuart.
Yeah. Well, this is number one meeting him in the transporter room, and I'm wondering if this is like when he first comes on board the Enterprise, as it seems to be. I think this is the one where they're gonna both these guys are gonna end up in an elevator stuck.
Yes.
Which we'll see in a second. But it seems like this is his first arrival on the Enterprise. So this is before the events we saw in Discovery for sure. Which should be cool, kind of to see his first foray into Enterprise on the Enterprise.
Well, it's very much the exact same thing that we saw with Burnham in Shinjo. We got to see her first thing. This will be Spock's first thing, which is it's nice in its own way. And to show that he's connected to number one, kind of his friend, is a nice touch as well. Is the vibe you sort of get as it goes on.
Yeah, and I noticed something here I didn't notice before, but if you zoom in on the back of her head, there's like this metal thing in her hair, which I don't know what that is.
Looks like a head clip, but it digitally removed.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what that is. It could be just
A note: this is a risky one because if you recall when we did our season 2 thing, we said don't show the interior of the Enterprise. You're just going to get it wrong, and that's a problem with these shorts because be careful what you asked for. You wanted Pike, Spock, and number one. Therefore, you get Enterprise. Therefore, you get redress Discovery sets rather than Enterprise sets. Unfortunately, and I want to go into it right now though. This is a new transporter room set. They've redressed it slightly more because the redress is quite cheap compared to a full redo. And I actually made a graphic for this, Stuart.
Wow,
because
cool.
I give this if this is what the Discovery transport room looked like originally, boy, it'd be better. This is a much smarter art design than Discovery. It's kind of that new and old. It again shows that the new team knows that they're doing far better than the original team. So if you look at the live now, Stuart, you can see a graphic I made showing all 4 transporter rooms that are relevant in this conversation. The top left obviously being the new Enterprise one, bottom left being the Discovery one, which is the same actual set but redressed, and then top right you see the KJ one, which should be what this room looks like, and then TOS, which is what it evolves into. And you can see how much better it is in the Discovery one, leaps and bounds without even doing much to it. It's much better. And again, shows the bad art design of Discovery Season 1, because seriously, who thought this was a good idea? Whereas this is actually quite a decent idea.
Yeah. Seeing that comparison is very sad. I don't like comparing things side by side with what it should look like these days. It's just its own thing. It's the Discoveryverse, in my opinion, so it's its own thing.
But look
it's a great graphic. It's a great graphic.
But look how much more they tried. Like that's a legit redress. That's not just we're gonna paint some red on the corridors. It's the Enterprise.
They tried 25% more.
Oh, I'd say 30. I'd say a solid 30 or 33, because that's
okay. I'm saying at least 25.
Okay, because the walls are fixed from whatever the hell they were into the actual moray pattern, and the top feels more cohesive with the things coming down. Like that's pretty much it. Oh, and it just slims down the room a ton from being absurdly big, cavernous, dumb, to feeling a lot more claustrophobic.
I gotta give them one kind of little props. The lights on the side of the entrance to the transporter alcove, there's kind of those in the original one. They're not lit up ever, but they're there and they're the same shape, kind of.
Yeah, no,
it's a nice touch. That
I can buy it. Why not? You know, it's the same thing, just a little bit different. I think it's actually very, because it shouldn't be that red. Like, I get they're trying to take the red from the TOS one, but it feels like they've just painted it on rather than a functional thing, because white is just a bit of the pad on the top and bottom red. I guess it's like warning, but like make the floor red, ignore the top. They've gone weird with it, just painting stuff, very blocky. Back to the full picture. Yeah, I think this is a much better. I'm actually genuinely happy with this Night Sailor, which this was the original. But again, so I'm sad that it's a Discovery redress, because you're never going to get the Enterprise looking like what it should do. But this one, at least they tried. You know, because I don't know if you noticed that first time round how different it was. Because I certainly didn't. And then I was like, wait, it is the Enterprise.
No. Yeah, not when it's taken just as it's fed to you here, it's like it looks pretty cool. Then you compare it, and it's like yeah,
but it is better.
It almost looks like the ceiling of that thing is too low, like way too low, compared to the old transporter pad style. Looks like it actually can move.
Well, that would be
I don't know.
Smart to redress. I don't know. I mean, I didn't put any people. I didn't have any people in the TOS ones. I think if you had, it would feel more cohesive. But certainly, it's shrunk down compared to the, possibly shrunk down compared to the. I just think it's much better. I just wish they'd done that. Because again, this should look like the TOS transporter pad. We know what it looks like in a couple of years. And also a couple of years, because this is now before Cage. We also see after Cage, so Cage is in between. So they go into this,
but they don't. So
at least it's different.
Dale Stafford puts in $2. Happy birthday to Dan23. That's right, it's Dan23's birthday today. Happy birthday, Dan23 from Trekyards. Even though Robert Hayes says it's Dan24 now, I guess. So
thank you.
But happy birthday, Dan.
Oh yeah, and Shannon Hagati says this transporter room is what you guys asked for, the same thing, but modernized a bit. It's super faithful. Yes, I agree. It feels smaller.
You need to see the transporter console and stuff. It's way smaller. Yeah, I need to see the transporter console and stuff to kind of get a feel for how
that's the same.
Faithful it is.
It's going to be the same, though.
True.
Maybe they can just put some buttons on it. But anyway, so this scene is, Spock says, "Sir! Ensign Spock, report for duty!"
No need to yell, Mr. Spock.
Yeah. So that's...
Even though he didn't really yell. It's not like when he's on the bridge in the cage. Close the circuit! Whoa. Yeah. Chill.
Because he was just talking to her in quite a large room. It's like, I'm not next to you, I must talk loudly. But it's funny, although he didn't use the loud talking in the show. So I guess this is him pre-Cage, and then he forgets it after Cage, but therefore not because of what happens in after Cage, because they said they explain why he does the shouting, but it never was. I mean, so I guess it's just here. But yeah, it's a nice reference. It's on the nose.
Nice little nods.
But I like it so far.
That's a nice little nod. Just stop shouting, Spock, because you're going to shout a lot later, I guess. And that's why he shouts in the cage.
And so,
but anyway,
next image, you get a full Ethan Peck in full uniform with his haircut, shaved, looking nice. What do you think of how he looks in an actual production thing, rather than just his one scene on the bridge with some green screen and what do you think?
Well, because we've had a chance to marinate with this Spock and think about it and not be like beard one scene, next scene freshly shaved, it actually looks a lot better, in my opinion. So. Yeah, looks good. His face still does. He looks like a young Spock for sure.
Yeah.
But the way they have his hair stuff. So yeah, it's good. It's good.
Which fits in. I mean, he's probably legitimately quite a bit younger. I don't know how much, but it. This is a good choice, I think. And
then Short Treks returns, and then there's a picture of your. Back of your dad's head with some ears.
What? how did you get on Star Trek? No, he wouldn't be on the show. He'd just say no. He wouldn't be on. Well, technically it's not on Discovery, I guess. So he might say yes.
But yeah. Anyway, so we don't know who this bloke is, but there's a bald, semi-bald Vulcan.
And then 2 women, 2 girls, 1 human, 1 alien, and holding hands, or they both like they're in uniform. And it cuts to Pike. So the thing is, there's 3 teasers. There's 3 shorts, and my interpretation from this is there's the very, very cheap episode, which I think will be the best one. I'll be honest with you. Number 1 and Spock. That's the cheap first one. Oh, he's dying of internet there. Let's see when Stuart comes back. Hello, Stuart. Where are you?
I'm back.
Oh, he's back. Excellent.
Don't sing when I leave, please. Just don't do that. Just talk to the people, please.
No one needs my singing, is what we're saying. The second teaser.
Exactly.
The second teaser is the Pike mistaken identity. He's been captured thing, and the third one's going to be the whole crew dealing with the situation. So it'll be just Spock, just Pike, and number 1, and then all 3, which allows for everyone gets everything they want. Simple, more elaborate, and then more elaborate. That's my sense of this third one. And they'll probably reuse some sets from Picard, because they'll probably use some things that they've already working on to allow them to get some more money out of it. Because obviously all the Romulan makeup and stuff you can reutilize as Vulcan. So there's a lot of swapping there.
Yeah. I don't know what's up with the internet today, guys. It says low signal on my end, and it cut out there for a minute. We apologize. But Jeff Jacobs puts in 278 for 78 likes. We'll go again at 150-ish. Hashtag make Jeff pay. 190 of you here now, so it's very important. Hit the like button. And if the subscribe button is red, that means you haven't hit it yet. Why not? Just hit it. And then if you want to get notified, click the notification icon. Pretty simple. But yes, 190 of you need to do that, and let's get those likes up. Let's get to 150 and make Jeff pay again.
Yes. And of course, super chat your thoughts, opinions. We'll read them out and support the channel as well. So do you have any thoughts on this Vulcan chap, the 2 girls, and the holding hands? 'Cause that's kind of an odd thing out.
Yeah, I don't know where to put that one. I'm thinking that might be... I wonder if that might be...
No, it could be Picard. I mean, why not? There's 7 episodes through. If there's some decent post to do, you'd film it. I mean, they'd film it like with the short trek, film it at the same time as when at the Saru base, and yeah, I could see it. 2 Vulcan kids. We can't see their ears. Their ears are deliberately, or their ears are hidden by the hair. They're both Vulcan alien hybrid people, and they're like, we're survivors of the... Don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, an SC Scout guy says, damn Canadian internet. No. Disagree. I'm not streaming it. He is from Britain, so.
Well, it's crystal clear on my end. Except when you literally go. Oh no, Nigel Broad Savage. I hit the subscribe button the first time I watched these guys. Unfortunately, I hit it so hard and I have a permanent crack on the screen. Oh. Sorry, Nigel. We do apologise, but also, aren't we worth it?
No. No, don't damage your equipment. Gently tap it. We always say hit it, smash it, whatever, but don't do that. Be nice. Yeah, so then we move on to see Pike being brought into a room with a hood over his head. I would assume that's Pike, actually. He's being led in by Starfleet officers.
100%.
Yeah. So this one interests me because he's talking to this girl, and what does he say here? Does he say you'll never see the inside of a starship again when this is all over, or I'll never see?
Multiple lines. It says the Enterprise picked up a distress call from Mrs. Bowman. I need you to let me out of here. She says, "You're a prisoner. Your orders carry no weight anymore. When this is all done, you'll never see the inside of a starship again."
Okay, I heard "you'll never" the first few times, and the last time I watched it, I thought he said "I'll never." No, like he's going to do something that might risk his. Okay.
Well, he knows he's not going to die, so it's kind of a moot point on that anyway. This is a prequel, I guess, but yeah, what do you think's going on here?
Apart from the Pike Hour. Well, yeah, exactly. No idea, unless the bowmen, they look like they're on a Starfleet ship. Look like there's some shambles going on around them. Um, some Starfleet people walked them in. So could it be the bowman crew? Maybe they are infected with something or acting out of character. So when he beamed over to help them, I don't know. I really don't know where to go with this. There's not enough information at all. So I don't know what to say about that.
Well, I like it. It's, giving it something different. Pike being the hero tested in a difficult situation is interesting. Mistaken identity or bad situation, but I like the idea of these bad Starfleet officers thinking someone else or whatever. Maybe she's a prisoner too. I mean, she's in a science uniform. It looks like science miniskirt. They're all wearing the same uniform. I doubt they're all Enterprise crew. I think they're just ignoring now the Discovery era uniforms, because there's one still released of Burnham, and she's got a new uniform piece. I think it's the undershirt of the time suit. But I think we might have now seen the end of the Discovery era uniforms, except in their future. But that's like, anytime I think we see the present, we'll see Starfleet uniforms, because we better bloody see that should be the standard. And this might be a good sign that they're just they've made enough. They can. That's it. We're there.
Yeah. I don't think that's a miniskirt, by the way. I think those are pants, but it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But
and it is worth noting these are all redressed sets. They did make a lot of new sets for season 2, to be fair, but these things are made on the cheap, which is fine. I think the biggest expense is hiring the crew for those days and the actor. It's not making new things, it's not whatever, but it's clever. Use a limit. I mean, Wrath of Khan is actually a lower budget movie than Motion Pictures. Star Trek 6, lower budget as well, and yet they both use the bottle show nature to get a ton of out of it. So if you cut then to the next image, which is Spock number 1 in the elevator, as she calls it, which actually kind of bugs me, zero production value needed, money-wise, but a ton of story. And so her lines, just to go straight into lines, people don't talk in elevators. I've observed that, sir. Together. Fascinating. But number 1, it's not an elevator, it's a turbo lift. Why would you both know it's called a turbo lift. You've called it a turbo lift your entire lives. Your parents call it turbo lifts. Your grandparents call it turbo lifts. It's not an elevator. I'm just saying. That word has long since lost its vernacular, surely.
Well, at least they didn't say lift, because lift over here hasn't been used in like 50, 60 years or more. You still use it over there. Just saying. I think she's probably just pulling pulling an old euphemism out.
I just think they don't care. They just forgot it's called turbo lift, honestly. When the guy's writing it, it's just, it's a bottle show and a lift, so I don't think you just use that. I just think he forgot, honestly. It's a small thing. It's just people in that time wouldn't think like that. It's like you wouldn't call things soda. You'd call them, the 2100s version of the base name for soda. Like there'd be new iterations of words, because you're already 5 generations past this stuff being used. Anyway, so yes, they're in the lift, and the lift goes bad. And so they spend time in the lift. And what did you think of this? Really, the only scene in the entire trailer is this scene. What do you think?
It's a great premise for a short. It's a great way for them to get to know each other, learn about each character, and get some good character development out of them for sure. And this is a trope that's been done in many shows over the years. People get stuck in elevators together, or turbo lifts together all the time. Even Odo and Loxana did. I mean, it's a good way to get two characters that normally probably wouldn't talk to each other unless they had to actually converse. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. They kind of learn about each other. He starts asking about the OS systems on the ship, the operating systems, and then what replicator bases are we using? And then he's like, do you like eggplant? Because she was probably gave him crap for asking a bunch of technical questions. So he,
reversed course.
Yeah, exactly. So this will be an interesting one for sure. I think this will be a really good one. And again, this would be like this could be stuck in a, just broken up over a couple scenes. So yeah. Jarzia puts in $5 Canadian. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Plot twist: she doesn't want to talk because she's worried Spock will figure out she's a shape-shifting mutant who will replace the real number one. And is her name Mystique?
Mystique number one.
That's exactly right.
That's a Jarzia. I think just won the super chat poll for the evening. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Stephen W. Fathry puts in $2.
Thank you.
Dr. McCoy said elevator in the Wrath of Khan. That's very true. He did.
Yeah,
Who's been holding up the damn elevator?
Yeah, but he's the sort of guy that would use.
I think. Honestly, I think they're called elevators in buildings on planets on Earth, and then on ships they're turbolifts. So it's something that you might be able to swap in and out.
I just saying. I mean, it wasn't right for them to do it then either. I mean, but everyone can keep it straight. Small thing, but it's not a lift. It's an elevator, a turbo lift, whatever. But yeah, I like this scene a lot. Now I don't think they did a ceiling in the original version, so I like they fleshed it out a bit, and I still like this design. It's the same but sleek, with a middle. Vroom. So it's a good. At least we're using good bits of the art design. Although I can imagine that, they might have even known they were doing a short trek when they filmed it, so they made sure the elevator was put in so they could reuse it. But I mean, the guy that wrote this is the same guy that wrote Calypso, and that's also a bottle show using limited sets. That's a clever show. So, two characters in a small room, you can create. I mean, genius from that. And these two people, obviously, the line is they both say fascinating. You can tell there's more connective tissue. She was meant to be what Spock was meant to be, and then she had to. Magell was the one that Gene picked to go over Spock, and then Spock took the mantle. So they are the same character in the first draft in a sense, and so we get to see the the pre-Spock deal with the pre-Spock because he's the ensign Spock. Although if you think about where he is, then he just left his family after Burnham just got sent to sent to Shinjo, because he's because this isn't very long after that. So this must say in the timeline that these uniforms and the Shinjo still using the Discovery uniforms. So these aren't new uniforms, are they? That also
no idea.
That's hilarious. Yeah, the whole season 2 new uniforms. It's like, no, we've had them for 9 years or 7 years. It's like, no, they're not new uniforms. You just don't. That's funny. Just another continuity problem. Why don't they just stop doing continuity problems? Jesus Christ.
Assuming this is his first time coming aboard the Enterprise, yes. And it definitely seems like it by the dialogue.
He's a lieutenant in
KK, I love your
Star
comment.
Trek, isn't he?
I died at the eggplant comment for reasons, and then the emojis. That's funny.
I didn't get that from it.
That's all I'll say. That was good. No, I didn't either, but it's funny.
God, I really want to work out the timeline for this, because that really breaks the timeline again. That's terrible.
We'll have a lot of time to do that when it comes out. We'll be making videos about that for sure.
But it's a good set of things. He even says, is a prime directive logical, ethical? He doesn't think it is, which I thought was a nice... well, at least the prime directive they do in early Star Trek before it kind of refines down. And I like number one's face of like, Jesus, come on, stop talking to me, stop talking to me.
You mean General Order 1, because it wasn't called the Prime Directive initially, so...
Yeah, they're just doing whatever they want. I think, yeah. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Then...
But no, I'm looking forward to this one for sure. It'll be fun, as you said. So, sorry.
This would be the best one. No, it's fine. Then, Stuart, we have a surprise guest, almost as surprising as either Brent or Jerry Ryan. Tribbles.
Yeah.
Tribbles, my dear Stuart.
On that note, I got a Tribble, and I'll be just 1 second.
Okay. On that note, it's now my chance to say hello, guys. 208 people watching, which is amazing. Please do click the like button and do super chat if you want to see, if you want us to talk about what you want, if you want to, if you want to help the channel. We do need the sorts of support, so please do if you can.
Yes. Ooh, Eugene, 1,000 rubles. Hi. It's the first time I heard about this job. Really? Well, yeah. It's a good one. But yeah, we got the Tribbles introduced before they probably should be, because who cares?
Yeah, I mean, they don't. Although it means that, well, it can't be the Enterprise, and Uhura can't be on the Enterprise because she's like, what's that? A Tribble? So, you know, she can't be on the ship yet. And Scotty was before Scotty's on the ship because Scotty doesn't know what the Tribbles are in his episode.
Yeah, and I love the guest star in this one. This is the guy that voices Archer, and the guy that voices Bob from Bob's Burgers. I forget the actor's name, but awesome having him in Star Trek. That was very good. Yes.
I mean, he's like one of the better comedy voices in animated. You know, you recognize the voice, although you could tell he wasn't doing his full dry voice. Like he was being more actually like acty rather than like his normal voice of.
He's more like characters. He's more like he is in the Arby's commercials because he does Arby's commercials as well.
Yes. Two non-super chat comments to briefly hit. Samuel N. Eggplant as an aubergine. Yeah, I know. Voyager Bridge had stairs on it. Yes, we know. And with Discovery gone, the timeline is resetting itself. No, as Kurtzman said very specifically, no, nothing is being reset or erased.
Yeah.
In reference to Discovery. Because lots of people, they didn't realize that when they, you know, remove them from the timeline, people are going to say, does that mean you're undoing everything? But then he's like, well, shit, we do have a few fans that want our repercussions to still exist. But we've just said that all of the time, you know, all that stuff, what?
We missed a super chat way back. Joseph Petrick puts in €2. Tribbles, the Asian food of the future. # not racist. That'll come up at the very end of the trailer. Yes. Yeah, it's concerning.
And it's fascinating because I didn't actually see that until I watched it for this to get notes. Because I guess I just stopped before because obviously the ends on the logo. And so I was watching it to get notes, didn't stop the video, and suddenly this girl comes in like, the fuck is this? What? So I was very confused about 20 minutes ago when I saw it for the first time. So yeah, in the Tribble scene, they're in a box, boom, bumps out. We get Archer saying, people call them Tribbles, and then a Trill, this black Trill lady, because she has the spots. I'm not sure if Trills should be in TOS, but in pre-TOS on Starfleet. Or she has separate tattoos. I mean, to be fair, as soon as I zoom in, it looks just like marks. But I think it's meant to be a Trill. I mean, why not?
Yeah, it's hard to say.
It's hard to say. But there's definitely something there. It'd be weird to have a second alien with tattoo spot things right up the face. And if it's a science ship, then, you know.
Yeah. But they're like, look, we know Star Trek. Look, this is a Trill. Don't you know that we know Star Trek? You know that Trills exist. We know they have spots. Look, we have a Trill. Look. Ah. Oh, wait a minute. They weren't in Starfleet till when? Oh.
Although there was a Tribble on Kronos, and the dude did pretend he was a Trill, but he wasn't a Trill. So a lot of Trills. Anyway, so she says, there's been a lab breach. And Archer says, I've made one of the most important discoveries of our time. And Pike says, don't show any weakness. They'll eat you alive. Well, I think that might be a cut to a different short.
Yeah, that's a clip from a different short, for sure. He's going to be talking about, like, new recruits or something, you know.
Yeah, I think that's
when he talks. He's probably talking to Spock, like, when you go out to do whatever.
Yeah.
Be careful, they'll eat you alive, you know.
I think that's a smart edit.
Yeah. Jarzia puts in $5 Canadian
thank you.
And says, Archer in Star Trek, B'Elanna.
Again, Jarzia, you're funny. I like it.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. Well, let's look at those uniforms because, as someone pointed out, they are different. Talk me through, because this is not the Enterprise. That's not the vibe I'm getting.
They're Discovery uniforms that don't suck. They got a nice collar. They're kind of, well, that being said, there are definitely the Discovery era. I don't know. It's hard to say which frame belongs to what short, but I love the color palette. It's kind of a more muted blue. It's very cage-like for these science uniforms.
And now that you've said that, the Trill, she doesn't have the black collar. So that's the correct uniform, but without the black collar, which looks better.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't notice it 'cause it worked so much better. Oh, for goodness sake!
Archer has the same. Archer has the same thing. It's a uniform. It's a Discovery uniform that doesn't suck. That stupid collar really ruins that uniform.
And by Discovery, you mean Discovery Enterprise. That is important because the Discovery one is it's not this uniform. It is still the Enterprise one, just fixed. But then,
what do you mean?
Well, I mean, the Discovery one has the side silver. I mean, the Discovery one has all these other things. These ones are just the flat blue, so it's the Enterprise ones. The Enterprise uniforms are modified.
I don't think this happens on the Enterprise.
No, but that's just the Connie uniform. I mean, that's not the Enterprise.
Oh.
I mean, I just say because that's the one we see on Enterprise. Because these aren't Discovery era. These are. But that's. I mean, again, we're raising really interesting things here. But in the long shot, we see 4 people. We see Archer, who has no black collar. One guy in a similar looking uniform. One guy in just an undershirt, and then a lady in Pike's uniform, which does have a collar, and she's a captain, I assume, because she has 4 braids. So, woman captain. But does this mean that...
Well, that ties in with what he says later. Something about...
good luck out there,
in the
Captain.
transporter room. Yeah, good luck out there, Captain. That would be her that he's talking to.
Yeah, for some reason, someone said on the page, "Oh, he's definitely talking to Kirk."
No.
I'm like, no.
That would be stupid.
Yeah, what a way to introduce Kirk in one scene in a short track. That seems silly. No, I think even though we know in Cage there are no girl captains, it's neither here nor there. I'm fine with being girl captains. I just wrote one into a thing I'm doing. So that's a good way of having a girl captain. Awesome. I'm guessing that this is a science ship, and science maybe they're like a separate science division, so they have different uniforms because they are different. And Archer's clearly a scientist. But she's in a classical Connie. Maybe they're a smaller ship and they bump into a Constitution class, not Enterprise, because that would save them. And they're like saying hi, and they've got an intermediate.
You know what
uniform.
I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I think happened with the scene in the transporter room where he says "Good luck, Captain."
Yeah,
whatever.
To that. That's at the...
right after that, he's probably talking to her, and right after that, he knows he's beaming her over to a ship full of scientists. That's when he says, "Be careful, they'll eat you alive."
Yes.
I bet you just with the way it's all edited out of sequence.
Yes.
So.
No, that's great.
And then she beams over and they have the tribbles in it and.
Yes.
So that's exactly what happens.
Because that's definitely the same lady. Definitely the same lady that they've said that to. 100%.
Yeah.
And then she's also... There's a shot of her holding a tribble with a violin. Pardon me. And again, Archer with a thing. Now, the people in the corridor, when the tribbles are fall down... They've got a Discovery phaser, to my chagrin, but these women, they've got the undershirt style uniform, or they're like nurse uniforms. Sorry, you have to wait for the stream. I've digitally enhanced them, and you can see very clearly they haven't got collar, which again, great addition, and clearly this is a reference to the Kirk being hit with tribbles because they're being hit with tribbles.
Yeah. Abba Bab puts in $2. Keep rocking, guys. Thanks. Well, thank you. We will.
And Dan23 says the first female captain seen as Trek was in Star Trek 4, while the first female captain in chronological Trek was seen in Star Trek Enterprise Season 4 of the Columbia and XO2. So they retconned right back into the second captain in Warp 5 was a female, but obviously that's Starfleet, not Federation, so different rules. What do you think now you see the live of these uniforms? Which variant are these then?
I think they're just either ensigns or just scientists. I don't know. That's all I think they are.
Oh, I think we just went on live.
Yeah, it's been acting wonky.
Yeah, it's got red. It's on low kilobytes.
It's been that for a while on mine.
Because you're still crystal clear.
Yeah, it's buffering. There we go. It's back now.
Let me lower the bit rate, I guess. Yeah, let me lower that.
Sorry about any interruptions, guys.
Jeez. Doing 10 kilobytes a second. I mean, to be fair, the internet is great the rest of the time, so it's allowed a little bit of wonkiness, but...
Yeah, exactly.
Are you actually live? Does it say we're live, or does it? Can you see us live?
Yeah, it says we're live. We're just severely in the red. It looks like it's buffering quite a bit.
Okay.
Refresh and check again.
Well, it's me, isn't it? Not you. Let me try a thing. Disconnected from my internet, and I reconnected to my internet. That's funny, you're still there. There we go. Back in the green. Back in the green.
It's red here. I'm gonna hit refresh.
Well, it takes a second.
But yeah, guys. Yeah, if we phase out, we apologize. We'll be back. Video is buffering. Yes. It's still in the red here, but
it's green with me now. Oh, back to yellow. Back to red.
Well, they can hear us, but we're just like a clip show, or like a slideshow. They said so. Anyway, let's just keep talking.
Yeah, not much I can do because I have not much control.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeff Jacobs puts in $5.
Oh, thank
you. We do the best we can with the stream, guys. Just be patient. You know we are always doing the best we can. Yeah, and this rarely happens, to be fair, on our lives. So.
Yeah, it never happens. Lower it even more, just make it a bit more. Even lower. But yeah, lots of different uniforms, and someone said they're still wearing the Enterprise Delta. But as we know at this point, it's just the everyone Delta. There's no differentiation. Unfortunately, it's just everyone. And it's been redouble retconned, so it's not the Enterprise for sure.
Which is sad.
It works both ways.
I do love the way they edited. I do love the way they edited this together with "Be careful, they'll eat you alive," and the next scene is like her trapped with all these tribbles screaming. It's like, no, the tribbles aren't going to eat you, obviously. That was really, really well done, and we're going to see exactly that was all edited out of sequence for sure.
Because I mean, it's a fun, it'll make people react. Already, I've seen lots of comments of people saying, the tribbles are making tribbles the villains. It's like, I don't know.
No.
But you got to remember though, tribbles are a unique entity because the Great Tribble Hunt, they were genuinely thought of as enough of a threat to be exterminated by a Klingon. So when I saw that as a reactionary thing, I was actually okay with them killing people because it's like, yeah, if they need food, I mean, how many tribbles could you make with one full human-sized person if they were starving?
They aren't. Oh, they're not going to eat people. They're an ecological menace and disaster, is what the Klingon said. So they would eat all the plant life and just cause problems with the ecosystem. They wouldn't eat people.
Yes.
Unless it's a mirror universe tribble, because those ones have teeth.
Man, the lag is so bad in this video. It's like, but it's never laggy, ever. I have like 1,000 lives, so I think we're doing very well.
Yeah. Then we get to the shot of all the titles. So we got Ask Not, Children of Mars, The Girl Who Made the Stars, The Trouble with Edward. That would be the Tribble episode, I guarantee you.
Yep.
And Edward is Archer's character.
Yeah.
Ephium and Dot should be Precious and Dot.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Q&A will definitely be the Turbolift one. Children of Mars, that's going to be the one with those two kids that are holding hands.
So that could possibly be the card one, like Mars Refugees. Refugee Crisis.
Or either that or it's Ephium and Dot. That could be their names.
But yeah. But to be animated really kind of screws around what could be. Because Girl Who Made the Stars sounds very animated-y, because that could be anything, Yeah. I mean, yeah. It could be anything, but definitely we're getting Pike in trouble, being kidnapped, which is the cheap Pike one. We're getting him cameoing in the Tribble episode, clearly now, where he bumps into another ship and it's all, that's his, he gets a scene, maybe it's like one of his good friends and, you get to see a second ship, which would be lovely. Maybe like a Reliant variant of the Enterprise. That'd be a nice canon reference, and you could kit bash the Enterprise model into Reliant.
Yeah.
Like a cool. Discovery or Beth, or they just make a canon-looking ship, and then you've got the Spock in an elevator one. But what do you think of actually having a Tribble episode? Because now we've broken it down. That's definitely half of this trailer is a Tribble episode. What's your take on that?
I don't know what to think about that, to be fair.
But the fact there are Tribbles. Are you okay with them doing Tribbles? Is what I'm kind of asking.
The fact there are Tribbles, what?
The fact they're doing Tribbles at all.
Yeah, it kind of bugs me a little bit. I don't think they should be. But it depends how it plays out. Obviously, they're intending this one to be like a fun one that everybody's going, oh, Tribbles, we remember those. Oh, that was a good episode. Or episodes. So who knows? I didn't really need to see that. The fact that Lorca had one on his desk was a little bit of a annoyance. So, but what are you going to do, right?
That's true. Hoshi held a Tribble. Yes. I'm fine with Tribbles per se. The fact that this isn't the Enterprise means that the Enterprise crew didn't know who Tribbles were because it's a separate, someone also said that they think that Archer actually invented the Tribbles based on dialogue. I disagree completely.
Could be.
I would hate for them to be man-made. Hate. It'd ruin the mythos.
They're probably already existing creature. He just made them breed faster or something because somebody wanted one on the crew or something. And that went out of control or something. Who knows?
I would be totally fine with him accidentally, like you say, making them ravenous to the point that now they become the scourge of Klingons, because that would be a great discovery. We can defeat the Klingons by giving them Tribbles and eating all their grain on their planets. Muhahaha! Because you could put this in the Klingon War and make that, the softest super weapon ever. The Tribble.
And Lizzie Smith puts in £1.99. Evening, everyone. Just showing my support. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for showing
Lizzie.
up.
Appreciate it.
Joseph Petrick, I'll get to this one right away because I missed this one last time. Puts in €2. I'd like to know how a shaved Tribble looks like. It would probably look like a scrotum. Would be my guess.
On that note, thanks for joining us today. We're gonna head out, end on a high or a low, depending on how low they hang. But my last note on the Tribble thing is I'm really intrigued about these other uniforms because they had to make a conscious choice to design ones without collars, and I'm liking them much better. And maybe this is the Enterprise bumps into this ship and it's newer, and they have the new uniforms. They're like, wow, new uniform. They're like, yeah, we just took the collar out. It's like, oh, nice. Or it's older and that's the one in between. I don't know. But it looks better. Looks smarter.
Well, what about the last scene? The little girl, like, it tickles. And she goes to eat a little baby Tribble. It's like, what is that all about?
Honestly, this ruins the trailer for me.
It does me too. Yeah.
Because she's in a uniform.
Yeah.
She shouldn't be in a uniform. Instantly I thought it's a commercial. It's a commercial inside the universe. Get your Tribble today. And here's a Starfleet officer, but the kid of your officer. But you don't eat Tribbles. And this is creepy. And I don't like it. And I didn't see it. And I liked it. And I suddenly saw it. And I hated it. I hate it.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out for sure. That looks like.
She also has a full collar or undershirt. She has a different uniform as well. But no, I hate this. Hate it. I don't hate many things, as you know, Stuart. I'm quite anti-hate, and I hate it. I should tell you something.
Okay, we get it.
You asked. What do you think, Stuart? What do you think?
I don't know what. I don't even see how that would fit in the Tribble story. It's just dumb. Unless they start out being small and it's like, oh, they're actually alive, and then he goes and ramps up their size a bit. which increases their appetite, which, who knows? There's lots of possibilities, I guess. Raj says, anyone getting lots of adverts during the live stream?
I think it's because when it...
Could be because bad signal.
Yeah, when it has a bad signal, it pauses, takes an ad. Yeah, it's not intentional. We apologise. It's hard to do much. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be against them like making the Tribble menace even worse. That'd be kind of a funny accidental thing. Like the Tribbles were nice; they breed every, you know. Because if every race, you know, I mean, what was his name? Learman Song, the trader in Trials and Tribulations. What was his name?
Arn Darvin.
Yes. Ugh. So he thought they were inconsequential enough to have one in his pocket. You know what I mean? Obviously, that was before they could move very much. Although I guess they've never really moved. So maybe most Tribbles are actually very underwhelming. But you know, whatever. But yeah. So I've had to turn off all the internet. Well, I've had to turn off my Internet Explorer, so Chrome, so I can't see the chat. So I've no idea what's happening. I've just got you, so I'm trying to keep all my bandwidth.
Oh, the chat's just complaining about lots of ads and getting an ad blocker, and this is annoying. The stream is
don't get an ad blocker, otherwise we won't get the income for the ads. We need the income for the ads.
That's not quite how ad blockers work, but that's fine.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Sorry about the feed, guys. Nothing we can do about it.
Crystal clear for the 2.5 hours yesterday and the 3.5 hours of combined streaming on the weekend.
And our filming earlier today, so sure. Things happen.
Did you guys enjoy our 2 bonus episodes today, as we released 2? Let me remember what we called them, because I don't remember. Data is back, Brent's binding Star Trek Picard, 6 hours ago, and the Borg are back. Similar titles, released 2 hours ago, so please do go look at those. Our relatively short, concise analysis of... Nice.
Somebody asked if that was an Eagle Moss Enterprise D behind me. It is not. It is the Bluetooth speaker.
Right.
Which is awesome. Lights up, has nice white noise of the ship rumbling. I don't have that on right now, but
I'll be back
it is not
minute. Sorry.
The Eagle Moss. Yes. I think he's going to go check if there's something going on downstairs with his internet, but we apologize for that. Eugene puts in 750 rubles. Every time you say Archer, I say, wait, what? Lagging and buffering as fuck. Yes, it is. Nothing we can do about it unless he can fix it by going downstairs, which is what he just did. So, so yeah. I don't, don't know. Can't really complain considering how much is going on. So. Yeah, so we're going to be calling it a wrap soon anyway. We're done with the trailer. It is over. But video is back. Yay. Yeah, there we go. So it's the video on his end, or the internet on his end for sure. So yes, Clark85 is right. Everyone hit your computers as hard as you can. That'll fix it. And Bungle, 2 million billion. First world problems, they are indeed. So anyway, guys, I don't know where Samuel went or if he's even coming back. So 150 of you are still here. The video output is low on my end. It's not buffering right now. I can see myself moving and stuff like that. So hopefully you can hear. When do the short treks start? I don't know if they set a date yet. I'm sure we'll find that out probably while we're in Vegas. Hopefully they'll have the first airing date for those. But yeah, I don't want any more by 5-minute ad videos that can't be skipped. The only reason it's giving you lots of ads is because it's having problems with the feed. So YouTube is like, oh, well, I'll give you an ad so that things can get better. So apologies. Maybe there's like a natural disaster or Godzilla is attacking England or something, and that's why the internet's bad, and that's why Samuel hasn't come back. He got eaten when he heard a noise downstairs. That's what I'm thinking. Something happened to him, so he's probably dead somewhere. It is terrible, but I'm just kidding. So, but yeah. Well, see, the stream looks good now. It's not in the red anymore. It's in yellow. And having just said that, now it's buffering again. So who knows? Hopefully you guys can still see me anyway. Close the circuit. That's exactly right. Samuel got all eaten up. No, he's back. Unfortunately, he just returned.
Jeez, I came back in here and boy, it's so much hotter in this room than it is in any other room. Yeah, I had a quick look on my phone and I was getting no ads on my phone, so I don't know what people are saying about getting ads. So everyone's different with different systems, but no ads, no buffering. Your audio is just going in and out. That's because I'm sure it's my PC doing in and out. Weird. But yes, like you say, we're done anyway.
Anyway, this has just turned into an ad stream, so we should probably wrap it up because first world problems. We do so many of these and so many great ones that have no interruptions, no problems. So
no ads.
Just count your lucky stars. Yeah.
So final thoughts,
and
Stuart,
tomorrow
on this trailer before you leave. What's a sort of final review?
It was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun. I wish we could have seen more of the a glimpse of the Picard one and an animated. It's like they didn't have their shit together. They had like 2 or 3 filmed, maybe one fully done, and they threw this together really quick last minute. It is what it is. We need to see some clips from all of them, and I wish we knew when these were being released. I'm sure that's something they might announce in Vegas.
Yes.
But it's hard to say.
I think.
I'm looking forward to them.
Yeah, I think it'll be one. Every month until the release of either Picard or Discovery, and Picard will come first for those 10 weeks. So I'm guessing starting soon. And SC Scout guy, Samuel, do you have air conditioning in your house in the UK? No one does. Except rich people. But I mean, I'm not a rich person, so no. We don't have AC. So it sucks for days like this where, Canada and America, it's like, oh no, it's 39 outside. Worse than UK's 34. Yeah, but as soon as you walk inside, it's now 22 and lovely all day. Then you go outside to go back to your house. It sucks. Oh, I'm in a nice car. Oh no, it sucks for the car in the house. Oh, my house all night. Whereas here it's like, it's 34 all day. And now it's 37 inside because you can't cool it. So it's worse than you think. And obviously, so, it's like, yes, less hot, but then also we have no safe spots of heat. So,
He's bitter, is what he's saying.
Well, I wish we had aircon. I kind of, one thing I hope for global warming, because if we get hotter and more like America, we have to put aircon in, and then we'll have aircon, so it'll be more comfortable all year round. Once we get to that point, I mean, you guys survive the heat, so it's not as if, oh no, the UK, it's this hot. It's like, yeah, but America has this every other day. I mean, what do you want? They deal with it, because they don't deal with it. They have aircon. So give us aircon, we can deal with it. Energy consumption will go up. Anyway, yeah, I like the trailer. I think the music was really good for the trailer, especially. I like the musical tone. I thought the beats were really, really good, actually. Archer's a great cast. Great to have Ethan and number 1 back. Give her some lines. I mean, she's going to have more lines in the first 5 minutes than she ever got in Discovery Season 2. And I think probably they filmed this during the end of Season 2. And so when the crew of the cast say, oh, we love working with Rebecca Romaine, she's great, they weren't actually thinking, we love working with her 7 lines in 10 episodes. It's, we loved being on set, watching her film her short.
You know what happened? What happened was the last day of filming on the Enterprise set with everybody in uniform. They're like, "That's a cut. That's a wrap. Everybody, it's good." And then Alex Kurtzman's scrolling through his phone. People really want a Picard series, or sorry, a Pike series. All right, guys, you're going to be staying late. Pull these cameras in. We're going to do one in a turbo lift. Somebody write one up real quick.
Yep.
And just made the actors suffer for like an extra 6 hours of work.
Mr. Guy that wrote Calypso, you know how you use a script that you wrote when you were in high school that you just put Star Trek on it? Do you have a script that was written that doesn't have Star Trek and just put it in the lift? You do! Great, we'll swap out the names and there we go. Now we've got a elevator story. Now, we joke, but yeah, all credit to the turbo lift. I'm really excited to see what the uniforms are because we're actually getting better uniforms. Another slight evolution there. I wonder why. There's probably no reason per se because they're not that smart necessarily. But I think it's an alternate ship. And maybe it's just, different ships have different uniforms, which seems even more silly. I don't know, we'll see. And I'm really glad we did this because we've deconstructed this far further than I thought was there. With what the tribbles are and what the uniforms are and who the captain is and all that fun stuff. So I'm happy with it, although it's pretty clear that the fact that Pike and Spock and the fact there's 3 shorts of Pike, Spock and thingy, it's going to be him saying bye as we see in the trailer. It's not, he's just in it, he's not actually the lead, so it'll be someone else's story, he's just in it. Like they got Pike for 2 days, I think everyone for basically the same week, they filmed all the shorts in 1 week sort of thing of this ilk. Yeah, it'll be fun between now and Picard, the real new Star Trek we're excited for. And all I can say is, guys, who wants to be the very last super chat of the night? Of the shorter night.
And again, guaranteed, the more you give, the better the internet will be next time. That's how we're going to play this, because we're going to go buy new internet or something.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, honestly, for the amount we do, I can't complain about the internet issues. And we apologize for the ads and stuff, but that's YouTube just trying to compensate for having a bad signal. So. Yeah. So, and guys, tune in tomorrow. We're going to talk about the animated shorts. From what we know, which isn't much. So I don't know. Probably be another shorter one tomorrow, which is fine because we got other stuff to do. So
I've got a lot. We're trying to do 2 videos a week, which is 2 videos a day. Sorry, which is kind of absurd. But we really would like the exposure, the views, the get stuff out to you, and it's been fun to do for sure. And I've done new graphics for the animated short series with who the cast are and stuff. So you'll see some you'll see research. So I'm excited to show Stuart, and maybe he'll know some of them. Maybe.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I didn't recognize any names or anything. So, but yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Are we gonna super chat? Oh, we did. Lizzie Smith, £1.99. Oh, I never get to be the last. LOL. #good night. Well, thank you very much, Lizzie. Much appreciated. And yeah, tune in tomorrow for another live. It'll probably be a shorter one again, probably about an hour, I would think. We don't have less to talk about than we did for this one for sure. But although if you guys are good and if you guys are super chatting and chatting with us and asking questions, it can definitely go a little bit longer. But
although we can obviously tag on like the Tarantino news and the Orville news, we could do like a more of a multi-leveled one maybe. Hit some other general little topics. But thanks guys, we'll see you tomorrow, and do check out the 2 videos today and check out the 2 videos tomorrow before the live. I'll see you tomorrow, Stuart, to film Thursday's videos.
Yes.
Bye everyone.
True story. Bye.